cry. But we know no matter what, we'll always have the time. Talk about the wastelands, talk about the Lord, talk about surviving radiation storms, talk about the doubts, talk about the fears, talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to episode 41 of That Fallout Show. I am Rick McVick, and with us tonight, as always, is Shalene.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow, that was
It's a thing.
impressive. Wow.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling very impressed by your vibrato there. That was singing.
Oh, stop it. So anyway,
How you doing? How you doing,
I'm
buddy?
doing all right. It's been a week. It's been, I finally understand. I heard this phrase when I was watching that old Disney movie, Tall Tale, with there's a couple actors in it. I can't think of who they are. Patrick Swayze.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
It had.
Patrick Swayze was in it.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He was Pecos Bill. Anyway, they tell the story of when the ox kicked a dude and he bounced for a month of Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this week has been a month of Sundays.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long week.
It has. It has been a long week, but it's May now. That's
It is.
progress.
Finally, those
The
stupid
hellhole that was
memes will
April
go
is
away.
behind us.
Right, yeah, so. Well, welcome everybody in the chat. Welcome everybody on the podcast, listening to us audio-wise. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, or whenever you're checking us out, for this episode called Mothman Cometh. So yeah, and what you can expect on this episode tonight is some new. I did this out of order. It's been a long time since I've had to do this. I don't know if this month off
It's
thing
alright.
is working.
It's fine. You're doing fine.
Can we start over? No. How you can help share this trash fire of a show is use your social media platforms, whatever that you're on, the Snapchats, the Grinders, the Twitters, anything. Go ahead and share us on those things. We appreciate anybody that you can bring into the fold. You can send us emails. We have one to go over tonight. Send us emails at info@wejustlovegames.com. We'll read them on the show. You can subscribe, and we don't read every email. Just throwing that one out there. Anyway, we subscribe, and retweet our little thingy-mabobs when we tweet them out, or when they do. I don't.
Okay,
tweet.
I'd like to clarify. We read every email.
We do.
We don't
do
read them
every-
all in the air.
It's true. It's very true. I got that wrong. Backwards. Whatever. Anyway, and tell your friends about us. Host us on Twitch if you can. If you have a Twitch, we appreciate all of that. Thank you so much. Tonight's episode has some news, some gameplay stuff. I actually got a chance to play this week. It sounds stupid since we've been home, but I haven't been able to play much. We're going to talk about some lore coming up, and I think that might be it. So yeah, without further ado, Shalene, we have some 5-star reviewer shout-outs, don't we?
We have one. Yeah.
One? Yeah.
And it's a good one. This
I'll
one
take
came
it.
from Great Britain, and we are very, very thankful for everybody who leaves us a 5-star review. This one came from Stand Tall 360, who says, "That Fallout show equals life. Just saying, I think that's all that needs saying, TBH. Mic drop."
Nice. Thank you so much, Great Britain, for that. And then some new Discord. Oh, how can people leave us a 5-star review?
Just visit your Apple Podcasts app or the iTunes program on your PC, and just leave us a 5-star review. Click the 5th star, and you have to leave a text review as well. If you just click the stars and don't leave a text review, it doesn't show your name, so we can't shout you out on the show. So we very much appreciate those 5-star reviews. They help the show grow. It helps increase our visibility, and yeah, that's that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we have a Discord server, which is the Chat After Dark. And we have, I think, two new people.
Yeah, we like to welcome new folks to our Discord community. every week on the shows. And we would like to especially roll out a warm welcome for Captain Bones, who has returned from the corner of shame.
Yes.
We have a little bot in our Discord server named Echo, and Echo has this habit of booting people that drop F-bombs. So Captain Bones has left, but he has returned, and we welcome him home. And also, we would like to welcome new member Dave Ski.
Welcome, welcome. If you want into this Discord, which there's numerous rooms, there's a lot of things going on there. It's always active. Just click the link below this video, or send us a message, an email, and we'll get you the link. Yeah. Wow, that was the shortest intro we've ever done.
Yeah, we usually ramble on for a long time.
Can we draw it out somehow? Let's get into the news.
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment.
Well, what happened in the world of Fallout, Shalene?
A lot of things, Rick. And the first thing that happened in the world of Fallout was an AMA on Reddit with Jeff Gardner and Ferret Badouin. But I don't know how to say French things.
I don't know.
Baudouin from the development team.
Wow. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. It was indeed. But they did an AMA on Reddit, and in this week's Inside the Vault, the team recapped some of the biggest points from that AMA. Azarian Council asked, when should we see a roadmap? And the answer was, we're working on a roadmap right now and hope to have one to you very soon. It will include content for the entire year.
Ooh.
So that's exciting.
I'm excited.
The current map of things made me very sad because they have moved Foshnasht back a week, so it's no longer a personal birthday gift just to me. So
never dropped the ball on that one.
I did. I won't forget this, Bethesda.
You got a hole in your heart like a donut.
I do, yeah. Just wiping the tears. Pilaya asked, will we see story DLC in the future around the Enclave and / or the Brotherhood of Steel? And the answer to this one was, let's just say the Brotherhood is now watching the wasteland of West Virginia very closely.
Ooh. Cryptic.
So, also a little creepy. I
was wondering about this.
Yeah.
I was wondering about this when we saw the Wastelanders pop up, if we're going to see anything from the Brotherhood at this point. But I can't remember if it was this Reddit post or not, but somebody was talking about how once the Brotherhood of Steel was wiped out, you had to remember they lost communication with the West Coast. Mm-hmm. So the West Coast hasn't yet reached out, as far as we know, back to the East Coast at this point. And so it makes sense why the Brotherhood of Steel isn't with the Wastelanders yet. But I have a feeling we will see them in the future. It will be interesting to see if the Enclave pops up, though.
I would really like to see the Enclave pop up.
I know,
I'd love to see them communicate. Maybe the oil tanker could communicate with Zax. I think that would be great.
It's been a long time since we've seen the Enclave featured in a Fallout. Mm-hmm. I mean, other than Fallout 3, I can't think of anything that was prominent.
Yeah, they've had pretty small parts since then. It's
sad.
Lord Dysa asked, will it be possible to have more than one NPC at your camp at a time? And the answer was, while we would love to do this, there are numerous issues that would need to be addressed. Doubling the amount of NPCs in the world comes at a heavy cost. That said, we are patching in a way for folks to dress their companions up using all of the costumes they've found in our next patch in May. So that'll be fun. I always love dressing companions, because video games are really just a more advanced version of paper dolls for me. It's just about changing outfits. It's sad but true. Yeah. Lawrence and Hin said, any insight on what the legendary perk system is going to entail and also when it might be released? And the answer was, this summer, we're adding legendary perks into the game. These perks are highly powerful and coveted, and players will unlock new slots to fit them in starting at level 50. You can also scrap all of your extra cards to rank these perks up.
Awesome.
And when you roll alt characters, these slots will be unlocked on them as well. That is fantastic.
I hope
that really rewards you.
Yeah, I hope this is a start to player sharing, like account bound things rather than just player bound things.
Yeah, I would
or
love
character
that.
bound. Oh, gosh, it's
Yeah.
like finding a mule to haul everything over from one player to another is so clunky. And honestly, that's kind of old school as far as that doesn't make, it just sucks that they haven't implemented something like that yet.
And it's like you can't ask just anybody to help you mule your gear because it's such a time commitment. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to ask just a casual friend to be like, hey, can you just waste 15
Or
minutes of your life for me?
Or some rando who just runs off with your gear. And you're like, no.
Big Red the Bard asked, what's the plan with the camp system? You guys keep adding cool stuff to the Atom Store, but the budget is still pretty limited, especially if you try to use display cases. Answer, we're looking into both increasing the budget and the other quality of life tuning as well. You want it, and OMG, the dev team wants it too. One of the greatest joys is sharing the wild and wacky stuff the community does with their camps, but just flat out increasing the budget would have real, significant performance ramifications. So it's a balancing act, but we plan on doing some very fun things with camps in 2020. And
Nice.
the next question, I don't know how to pronounce that, was will an area text chat... Steckdinner. Okay, Steckdinner. Will an area text chat system be implemented for PC, or has that been scrapped? And the answer is that text chat is something that we see requested often. They have a number of quality of life improvements they're tackling, and they too would like to get text chat implemented. So I wouldn't expect that too soon, but it is something that they are interested in having. So, Host with the Most asked, are you planning to bring balance changes to energy weapons? And the answer was, we are looking to rebalance the entire game, or normalize, later this year. This will eliminate a lot of the rough edges in how our zoning system works, create a more measured and balanced experience for players of all levels. We're looking at everything, not just combat.
So what are they referencing with the laser guns being unbalanced? I mean, I know they're heavy hitters, but there's also a lot less ammo that I've seen go around for those weapons. Like, I barely get any plasma cartridges for plasma weapons, but they are heavy hitters.
I'm not sure what they're referring to there either, Rick, because, like, frankly, face it, we are not the hardcore in-game players of this game. But I think if I had to guess, I would say they're probably more referring to things like the plasma Gatling, which kind of owns, that
it melts things.
Yeah, it really does.
It does melt things.
Yeah, but of course that's we're not people who are doing tons of in-game content. So
yeah, I will tell you one thing that does bug me with like the damage system in this is like, so you have the 50 cal rifle. And then you have the 50 cal machine gun, but the 50 cal machine gun does far less damage than the 50 cal rifle with the same caliber round. And it's like the round should jurisdict the damage, not really the gun. A 50 caliber machine gun it's not a 22.
Sean 117 in the chat asks if Vendor is sick. We didn't even address the fact that our favorite robot is not here. We're so sorry. Vendor has been out on the front lines fighting COVID-19.
Yes.
You guys know he is a medical professional, and he has been on the front lines in the fight against COVID, and that is why he's not here with us today. So send all of your positive thoughts in the direction of Vendertron. So yeah,
I thought we addressed that at the beginning of the show. Oh, it was last show.
We didn't. We totally didn't.
Show.
Yeah, we did last time. Well, we didn't even mention the fact that he's not here.
My days run together.
Yeah, it's we're bad hosts.
We are so
bad
terrible.
hosts, bad friends. Just it's terrible. But we love Vendor, and we're very proud of the work he's doing.
Yes, and by the way, I want to point out, Mobius Strip says that Vendor has been an amazing resource during this outbreak, and yes, it's true. In the Discord channel, he has a dedicated COVID room. I mean, COVID's not in the room because it's digital and all, but
social distancing.
Yes, but no, he has been moderating that particular channel and then putting in a lot of data, which is very accurate and true because he is on the front lines with I think he knows what he's talking about, especially where he's getting his information from. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
from
an
like
epidemiologist. This is his profession.
This
He's
is not
spent
from
years in this field.
truthnow.org or conspiracy.com. So, that if you're interested in that too, that's a reason to join our Discord too.
Indeed. So, back to the fake apocalypse as opposed to the real one. Lawrence and Hin asks, the Wendigo Colossus is really cool. Any plans to make it appear a bit more often and maybe even buff it a bit? The answer, indeed. Not to spoil anything, but we have a brand new event featuring this awesome beast coming this summer. Have you fought one of these yet, Rick?
I haven't even seen one yet. I've been trying
Me
to
either.
avoid high level areas because I'm only like level 22.
I learned today by happenstance that they appear during nuked areas, so that's why I haven't seen one. I haven't been to I've just been playing like a private server mostly, in the Fallout first.
I was gonna say, Vendor usually makes the Rat Race connections, the movie, and we usually avoid, even when we play our high level tunes, we usually avoid those particular zones. Like we go near them and we're like $1. So, yeah, we don't go near them.
Mortartron7 asks, could we get a matchmaking and some sort of group finder for activities like dungeons, raids, events? Yes! This summer we're putting in a new team system, similar to a public looking for group system, where team leaders will appear on the paper map and the teams will be further incentivized with group buffs to play events, dungeons, and explore together. The Wasteland is more fun with friends. And guys, I will say that if you are looking for people to play with, our Discord is a lovely place for that as well. We have community members on every platform and at every skill level and progress level, and everybody is so friendly in there. I'm so proud of our community. So that's a lovely place to find people to play with as well. And furthermore, in this Inside the Vault article, we have a bit of additional news. The private test server will be reopening this week. I believe today it reopened.
Ooh, yes, May 1st.
I noticed that on my PTS, I was getting a massive download earlier. So this will be testing for the May patch, which will include a new feature to let you change your allies' clothes, as well as a treasure hunter event. And this patch is a few weeks away. And only players who were previously invited to the Wastelanders PTS will be available to access this round. But they will be revisiting opt-ins for the private test server, and they will send out some new invites for the June patch and beyond. And that's fantastic.
Cool.
I really think that's a good thing that they are testing these things and letting the people break them and see how it works first before it's released. So definitely participate in that. And this is still covered by an NDA, by the way. If you are in the private test server testing out these new features, that's still covered by an NDA. So you really aren't at leisure to talk about it. So They also released some Wastelanders statistics. I'll just go through a few of these briefly. 46% of people sided with raiders and 54% with settlers. And
That's
of course,
so crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised how even a split that is, but of course, this was very soon after the release of Wastelanders. I haven't come anywhere near finishing the Wastelanders storyline, and I've been playing all week. I've been playing a lot. The most nuked settlement was Crater. And that's a little spoiler. You're not going to mention that. 7,639,485 floaters have been popped. Yes.
What? Already?
That's a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I am probably responsible for at least 72 of those, I would say.
They look like Daleks outside of Daleks.
Do they? I don't know what a Dalek is. It's the thing in the robot, the little trash can robot.
Yeah, well, that's what they call the Dalek, but there's something inside of it.
The British thing? Okay.
Doctor Who?
That's the one. Thank you. Yeah.
They kind of look like a Dalek that's not in the...
Okay, so that's what's piloting those little...
There's
I
an
thought
alien
they were
inside of it.
entirely robotic. I didn't realize that was some kind of an armor suit. Goodness, that's cool.
It is. It was part of their evolution.
Oh.
Well,
Fascinating.
forced evolution. If I remember correctly, it's been a while.
Wendigo colossi. People have tackled and beaten 7,122 of these. That's not very many. These things must be pretty tough.
Or rare.
I'm so scared of them.
Oh, look at the next stat.
Dwellers slain by the Colossus, 23,961.
So far, it's winning.
And my favorite stat, pepperoni rolls that have been scarfed, 193,639.
I could go for a pepperoni roll.
Those look delicious. That's not
Should
something
make
that we have
pepperonis.
here.
Just make one.
Is it just like a bread with pepperoni in it?
Yeah,
Just-
like I would personally make a pretzel dough, put mozzarella
Pretzel
cheese
dough.
and pepperoni inside of it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. A pretzel dough. I've never made pretzel dough. I would have thought it was
Dude.
just like a yeast roll. Just like
You
a
could
yeast roll.
you could
with...
use like pizza dough.
Yeah. They look delicious.
Brush
so.
it with the garlic butter, pop it in the oven.
Indeed. This one in the Fallout version appears to have sesame seeds on it.
Ooh.
It's nice. So yeah, that's Inside the Vault for this week. Hey Rick, do you want to talk about communism?
I always do. It's a free topic. Do you remember the joke from Fallout 76, the bubblegum joke? Capitalism
which one?
asks
There are quite a few.
Capitalism went to ask communism on a date and asked, "Are you free?"
I think it was democracy.
Whatever.
Democracy-esque.
Whatever. I don't
It
care.
was a good joke.
The
It was a
point
dang
still
good
stands.
joke. A dang good joke. So, this is an article from PC Gamer. Fallout 76 has a new robot that is available in the Atom Shop, and it is a communist, and it's a lot. It's really fun. So this robot is obsessed with communism. It is a collectron. So it goes out collecting junk for your settlement, and it loves to stuff the collectron station with communist propaganda flyers. So,
But it's supposed to collect weapons too.
it's supposed to collect all kinds of things,
But
and
it collects
it's
mostly flyers.
yeah, mostly flyers, and it's really funny. Turrets tend to attack this robot. It's a known bug that turrets attack this robot at times. So
Democracy
that's really
turrets.
funny. And we've got a couple of comments from Reddit. Jackie Tabaki quoted, "Aw, man, I collect propaganda flyers to drop at camps with bad pricing." And Fire Rabbit 67 said, "I got 35 to 40 propaganda flyers and a single grenade."
Yeah, it seems like some Reddit people did not like the fact that it collected like a bullet for every 50 flyers.
I think it's hilarious.
I think so, too.
I find that very, very funny.
True.
I just, that's very funny. Archin in chat says that the communist bot gives out sweet potato stew as well. So that's good.
I wish it'd
It's
give you
also-
vodka.
Also feeding the people.
That's amazing.
And we've also got an article here that was featured in Polygon regarding the cosmetics, the communist cosmetics that were released recently, along with the Wastelanders expansion. And it's just, there are so many communism things in here. It's quite funny. And of course, as we all know, in the Fallout universe, we have an alternate history where the USSR did not dissolve and remained a political power. And of course, nuclear war was the end of that. And this Red Shift communism sale added all kinds of communist things to the Atomic Shop, including the bot that we talked about, and some other some outfits and all kinds of things. So there are a lot of players that have really just taken this in stride, and this person is dropping off at near Vault 76 bags of stim packs, purified water, medicine, and then when new players wander by, she tells them that she wants to sway the proletariat to a brighter future. She puts up
Communism
signs.
role players.
Yes.
That's how they do it. They get you when you're young, level 1. Right out of the vault.
Here's a player who is role playing a communist. It's like, okay, I don't really want to rebuild a traditional America because that America isn't too great. If I'm going to be doing an escapist power fantasy, I might as well go whole hog, right? I get to start a communist paradise. Comrades get all the purified water they can drink. Everyone else gets a guillotine.
Jeez. That sounds like she's on the right track for that.
I thought this was really funny that people are using this to just go a little overboard. I also thought it was really funny. This was just a personal observation. This is not part of the article. But a personal observation for me was that there were a lot of people that were like really angry that there was communist items added to the game. And I was like, have you not been paying attention to the entire Fallout franchise? I mean, it would be more weird if there weren't communist things in the game. Like,
yeah,
really, that's really
There's liberated Mama Dolces. Go to the processing plant in Fallout 3.
But yeah,
Find
I saw
all the Chinese assault rifles.
A lot of outrage saying like, why are we celebrating communism? And like, dear, we're not.
No. No.
Yeah, we're not. But
because you have to pay for it. That's the joke. There's a whole lot of commie stuff in there, but you gotta pay for it.
Goodness.
Never mind.
This segment has just
Where's
run
Gerfuffle
on
when you
and
need him?
on. I
Where
know
is...
we need Gerfuffle and his aggressive enclave.
That is great.
Where's Gerfuffle been? Are you out there, Gerfuffle? We hope you're doing well. Stay safe from the COVID, Gerfuffle.
Did he join the army or something?
He joined the Navy. He Navy.
He might have shipped out. You never know.
Maybe. So Gerfuffle, if you're out there, we love you, and we hope that you're well. So I lost my segue here. I don't know what we're doing. A marathon in Fallout 76. What is this about, Rick? Players have arranged their own community-based marathon, and it's competitive.
Yes, there's actually people doing marathon builds for this, and it's a theoretical 42 miles. So you run from the weapons workbench at the Hornwright testing site number 2 to the keypad in the mysterious cave entrance of Vault 79. Fast travel's not allowed. All perks, chems, and other aids, including performance-enhancing drugs, are allowed and encouraged. So this is for you, Shalene. If you die during the run, you can respawn at the closest location, whether it is behind, to the side, or in front of you. Strategic suicide for this purpose is perfectly fine. Proof in the form of an uncut video is required. Suggestions for alternate courses are encouraged, and disputes will be settled in Karma Court.
What is Karma Court?
I don't know.
I want to know what Karma Court is. I'd like to take some people there.
The event organizer, Marine Mustang, he listed his own result of 17 minutes and 10 seconds, being the current record holder of Elude Kipchoge's, what is that? Real world time by a whopping hour and 42 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, if you're interested, Marine Mustang is the guy to check out. But yeah, there's a whole thing about it. That's so funny. I just saw this and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
That is super fun, Rick. I'm glad you shared that. That was really neat. So our next one is a little bit brief, but it is very important. Bethesda is donating $1 million to COVID-19 relief charities. This is from a gamesindustry.biz article by Rebecca Valentine. This will be split across several different charities. $500,000 will go to COVID-19 Relief Fund Direct Relief, which is the same fund that we are also that we didn't mention that we have a fundraiser for. So if you just want to click on the link below,
so bad.
We're falling all apart without vendor here. The link below on Twitch here, you can just click that to contribute to COVID-19 relief, direct relief. They provide PPE for medical professionals who are in the field dealing with this crisis. 250,000 of Bethesda's donation will go to UNICEF, and I'm not sure where the rest is going. But here it is. The final
costs
will be split across relief efforts in the communities where Bethesda studios and offices are based.
Oh, cool.
With recipients chosen by individual Bethesda and ZeniMax studios.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
I was going to
say,
say,
very good thing.
I was going to say the reason I was cracking up at the beginning of this is because Monocular Goblin said presiding judge of Karma Court is Boy George. And I liked that a lot.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
So we mentioned earlier that there's some new stuff in the Atom Shop, and we're going to talk about some of that stuff in our not new segment, but our new segment to the show.
Our recurring segment.
Just go. Just
Ballistic Bargains.
I'm going to see myself out now.
Oh, this is the Atomic Shop weekly update for April 28th through May the 5th. The new weekly item is a King of Hearts poster that you can add to your camp. It features a stylized Vault Boy King of Hearts card that is blood spattered and stained.
It's the Suicide
that you can
King,
put up
too.
On your wall. Yeah, it is the Suicide King, indeed. And we have some limited time offers and new items. So we've got the CD Shed for 500 atoms. That's available until May 19th. What?
Just the CD Shed reminds me of the Tom
CD
Waits
Shed.
tune. What's he building in there? What's he building in there?
The CD Shed is just a small structure. It's just a little prefab shed.
Yeah, but it has like a jail sliding door.
It's
barred
odd.
windows.
It's a little odd. I saw somebody on Twitter, I can't credit them because I don't remember who it was, but they posted that it looked a little bit like a 24-hour photo developing establishment. Like, yeah, I thought that was funny. Black Knight Gatling Gun Skin, 500 atoms, is available till May the 12th. Also available until May the 12th, the Dead Man's Hand poster set for 300 atoms, which is more of these cards that match the King of Hearts poster. The Rusty Raider gas mask for 300 atoms, the Vault Girl scribble head for 300 atoms, and the high-tech wallpaper for 300 atoms. And of course, we've got the communist things that we mentioned previously. We won't roll through all of those again. They're still here. And some bundles are back. The Scabber Raider bundle is back at a 30% discount until May the 19th. As is the Free States Revolutionary bundle, and available until May the 12th. We've got the Nuka-Cola Secret Door bundle. Oh, I need to get that. That's 1,200 atoms though. That's a lot of atoms. But that has the secret door like in the Nuka Shine quest line, like at Viv's Speakeasy.
How did you get here so fast? Secret tunnels.
The Spring Camp bundle for 1,500 atoms, the Classic Western bundle for 1,000 atoms. The Nuka Girl rocket suit is available for 20% off at 960 atoms. The Plague Rider Power Armor skin for 1,260 atoms. The Nuka-Cola wallpaper hat set. I don't know why I said hat instead of set.
Because you wanted it to be a hat.
Nuka-Cola wallpaper set. For 640 atoms, the Nuka-Cola jumpsuit set for 480 atoms. I might get that. Those are nice jumpsuits. The Nuka-Cola red staircase for 400 atoms. These are all available until May 5th. All these Nuka-Cola things.
I like staircases.
The Nuka-Cola vending machine, 400 atoms. Nuka-Cola sign bundle, 150 atoms. A large Nuka-Cola bundle for 150 atoms. And the Mr. Rocket Ride for 400 atoms. Also available until May 5th, the Elm Tree set.
Please tell me it's not a red rocket. Please tell me it's not a red rocket ride.
Shh, Rick, shh.
It better play Reverend Horton. It better play Reverend Horton Heat.
Perfectly innocent, Rick. Just elevate your mind out of the gutters.
There's nothing innocent about
lift it
this
up.
game.
Elm Tree set is available along with brambles, a mushroom lamp, a Western duster. Is that the Preston Garvey outfit?
Yes.
The Western. I need to log on and get that. I like the Preston Garvey outfit.
You haven't gotten that
Cowboy
yet?
hat for no, I've never gotten that. Yeah, I've never had that. Cowboy hat for 250 atoms, a red turret set for 350 atoms, and a nuclear waste barrel planter for 175 atoms. The weekly offers, available starting April 28th through May 5th, 40 scrap kits for 20% off. There is available until April 29th. That's gone. Okay, that's also gone. Available until today, you can get a short iron cactus. So if you're listening right now, as we record live, short iron cactus 20% off. A grogneck area rug. What's a grogneck area rug? That's only available today.
It's the tribal rug.
Can you remind me to look at this?
I thought you were gonna just go do it now. I mean,
No.
you're
Okay,
like,
I need to go look at this grogneck rug.
Archon
I've made
has
myself
it.
a note.
It's that brown rug with like the oval on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, the jumpsuits come with the vending machine door, says Archon. Okay, thank you.
He would know.
That makes it more reasonable to purchase that then. A Vault Boy cutout set is available May 2nd for 50% off. A Theremin is available May the 3rd for 30% off, and white wallpaper May the 4th, 20% off.
Movie
That's your ballistic bargains.
Movie strip said short iron cactus sounds like a crappy bar cover band from Tennessee.
That's terrible.
It's true. Anyway, so that's it for our ballistic bargains. We have some IRL news to finish off this news bit here, and it's it's pretty crazy. So let's travel back to last year. No. Scratch that. I know our demographic audience as far as our age goes. Let's travel back to high school when Blink-182 was a relevant and good band.
I had a Blink-182 poster on my bedroom wall when I was in high school.
Blink-182. And we all know Tom DeLonge, famous for his voice and among other things. His love for the alien and the extraterrestrial, I should say. You know, the song, "Hey Mom, there's something in the back room." You know, like the whole alien song. So anyway, he last year left Blink-182, or the year before, I can't remember. He left Blink-182 to go hunt aliens, and we all had a good chuckle. Okay, Tom, go hunt your little aliens, you crazy boy, you. And then he leaked a video from the United States Navy of these Navy pilots tracking an unidentified flying object in the sky. I'll play you a short clip of it right here, so check it out.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west.
So this was released last year, and then it flips. It's crazy.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like this thing, it's rotating.
Yeah, so they tracked it for a little bit, and then there's some more video of it just like zipping across the thing. So that came out last year. Tom DeLonge posted that, and we all kind of went, huh? You know, we all stopped in our collective chuckle. And the Navy kind of came out and was like, "You weren't supposed to see that, but it's not official. It's not official." And then just this past week, the Pentagon has officially stated that that video is real, and they don't know what it is. So, in midst of everything going on, the Pentagon has said that is an actual UFO, an unidentified flying object. Doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial. It just means that it's something that we've captured and was trackable, but we do not have any idea what it is. And these are Navy pilots. These are like lieutenant, at least, grade guys who are super smart. They have to know their stuff. You have to be at your tip-top to fly these planes, because I think they were F-18 Hornets. And they have no idea what it is, and they were blown away by it. So I like the fact that the Pentagon's like, "Hey, UFOs exist," and we're all kind of like, yeah, whatever. We've completely shrugged this off.
This year has been so bananas that UFOs are confirmed by the government, and it's barely news.
Yeah, so at this point we have no idea. It could be some technology that somebody's working on. I mean, there's, DARPA works on things that, a standard, pilot wouldn't know what it is. Who knows? But it could be anything. But yeah, so UFOs are among us, folks. Won't be long before we start seeing the Flatwoods Monster IRL too.
Yeah, so the Zaytans have arrived.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Well, let's just see. Let's see how that goes. Anyway, speaking of the actual game. This week has been super crazy for me, weirdly, and I haven't got a chance to play much. So I played some this evening before the show, and I had this fun experience. I've been doing the bucket list quest where you find the Pro Snap camera and you find the note and you're like, you know what, I'm going to honor this person's sacrifice to photograph what they were trying to do. And I was on my last one. I was heading down to the mall to photograph the skylight, and I walked into the parking lot and I hit VATS and I saw this level 14 scorched in the middle of all these cars. And I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. And I pulled out a grenade, plucked the pin, threw the grenade. Grenade goes, like, car, boom, car, boom, car, boom. Gets closer, another car closer, boom. And I'm like, I got to run. And as I start to turn and run away, boom, boom, 2 cars explode, and I fly forward, and my screen shakes, and I stop moving, and my health goes down to a quarter of it. And I was like, okay, a little too close for comfort. Whew. But that was cool, because that's exactly what I wanted to happen, just to blow the entire parking lot up. So I heal up, stim pack, and I turn around and hit VATS, and the scorched guy's still there, no health taken off of him whatsoever. So I blew up all these cars and made this ruckus for no reason whatsoever. So I walk in, fire a couple of shots, kill him. Cars are on fire, and far off to the left in the car in the distance it goes and explodes. I was like, that was awesome, worth it. Not really, I guess, because I didn't kill anything with all that, but went in, took the picture, and then left. But it was just funny because it felt like Vietnam. We were just strafe the entire forest. What did we kill? Chipmunk, maybe? I don't know. So then I caught up with Arjun and Shalene. They tagged along for a little while, and we did some weekly questing. I'm trying to think. There was something else I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah. So at the mall, there's a little store that you can go into that it's not Instance. It's just kind of on the one corner. And I walked into it, and it's a diner. And there are 2 mannequins set up behind the counter. One has the chef hat on because she's the cook. The other mannequin has a newsboy hat on, and he's standing at the register. So I walk over to the chef hat one with a mannequin. I pull out my shotgun. I go, and the mannequin flies apart and the hat flies off. I walk over to the other mannequin. And I go, boom, shoot it with a shotgun, and the hat goes and just floats off his head about 3 inches, and that's it. It didn't move. The hat just went up, ooh. So I was like, bug feature? Don't know. Just left.
Yes.
So that was pretty. It was pretty funny. It's that was weird, But I really have been enjoying. I wish I had more time to play the story, because every time I play with you guys, it's not important doing the story, or at least it's just not. It's hard to do story instancing when you're playing with other people.
Yeah, it is. I feel like with 2 people, you can do the story if you're like-minded in the way that you play. You can be respectful of this one's listening to a holotape. I'll shut up until he's done with his holotape. Mm-hmm. But with more than 2 people, it's a little hard to do story stuff. And
the character, I started a new character I've mentioned before to play Wastelanders. It's more of a fully automatic kind of run and gun thing, because I did a sniper and I did a heavy machine gun. I haven't done just kind of I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, so I was like, let's just do that. But Wastelanders is really good. I have a feeling that this particular update's going to make me put Fallout 76 up there with New Vegas and Fallout 3 above Fallout 4, depending on how the story plays out. Because I just really like it. Maybe it's the private servers too. That might be my elite status talking here. I don't know. But I really like the private servers, and that makes it feel more like a Fallout game. But yeah, I enjoy the the random people and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my little gameplay story for this week. I wish I had time to play more. I will be playing tonight after the show and hopefully get some more story done this weekend. But what have you been doing in Fallout 76?
I've been playing a ton of Fallout 76, Rick. Lots of Fallout 76. I haven't really played any solo. I've played a lot with Archon and some with Archon and you. We went on a quest to get backpacks.
That's right. I forgot the whole dress up bit we did.
Yes, we did. We went on a quest to get backpacks. So we were working our way through some of the tadpole quests. And we were at the, what's that place called? The memorial? The museum?
The cemetery.
We're at the Civil War cemetery that has the little museum building. And I was
the
like,
Alguai in the parking lot.
Oh, guys, is there one of the dresses in here? Is there one of the Civil War dresses in here? I'm like, yeah, Shalene, there's a Civil War dress. So I run in, I put on the Civil War dress. I'm very excited about it. And the guys, you guys put on Civil War era suits with top hats.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it either. We put on the same suit, the same top hat.
I was like, we have to take a picture for the scrapbook. So you guys, of course, you're always very indulgent with my scrapbook photos. So we posed and took photos, and you guys changed back, I think, but we
ran around like that for a while. We ran around like that for a while.
On for days.
For days? Yeah, I changed it before I left that night. But I was running around with black powder rifles to make it all Civil War-ish.
Mm-hmm. It was really fun time. It was just so ridiculous doing everything in that ludicrous hoop skirt, and I loved it. We had a couple of fun random encounters that I want to talk about. The first one was this random pipe that we found in the middle of a swamp.
Pipe is life.
And I go up to investigate it because Rick's like, hey, Shalene, come check out this pipe. So I go over there, and there's a man next to the pipe, a dead man. And I loot his body. There's a note that says, pipe is life. So I'm like, okay. So I go a little closer to the pipe, and there's an option to sniff the pipe. So what else are you going to do? You sniff the pipe. This tells you to sniff the pipe. So I took a little sniff of the pipe. And oh, it was so funny. There was definitely a drug effect that was active for quite a while, a couple of minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
And I was cackling like a maniac. It was so funny. So pipe is life. And I think about that now and again and just laugh. It was so good. We also ran into a character who was running for his life.
That's right. He's like, ah.
He was so scared. He's like, this monster's chasing me. And there was a little chicken running after him, a little rad chicken. And so I stepped up and I killed the chicken. And he was so relieved. He was like, thank you so much. This person killed the chicken. Oh, thank you so much. And so I had this chicken, and it was a couple of days later, I think. I was playing with Archon, and I was waiting for him to do weapon modifications or something. I don't know what he was doing. But I was like, well, I guess I'll cook. And I cooked, and I made a couple of bowls of chicken soup. And I'm like, here, Archon, would you like some chicken noodle soup? And I give him one of the soups, and he's like, was that from the chicken? From the guy? Like, yeah.
I wish they would have named him Link. That would have been just like two on the nose, maybe.
So perfect.
Did you kick
that
it?
That would have been so perfect. They could have. Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great. I decided. Okay, so I've been collecting the magazines, right, for quite some time now. I've been trying to build a magazine collection, and I decided that I needed a room to put magazine displays in so that I could sort of sort out my magazines by type, like I'd been wishing that I could. And so I decided I'm going to go on and build a magazine display room. So I pop on as Jim Justice, and I wanted to build a second story onto my little tiny house. Apologies for the hype train rolling through. That's a really loud train.
Well, we should all be hyped for you actually building in this game. Something you've
I
never done.
know. I never built, but I soon learned why, Rick. I soon learned why. I took off the roof of the home. I'm gonna put on another floor. You know, it's gonna be great. I'm just gonna build another story, have a little reading room. It's gonna be lovely. But it was not lovely, Rick. It was not lovely. I could not get that floor to attach anywhere. It said it needs to attach to stairs. I'm like, okay. So I put some stairs. It will not attach to the stairs. I'm so frustrated. I'm ready to flip a table. And then who shows up but Archon and Lee Benjamin, longtime listener Lee. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, and they're like, hey, you know what you're doing? I'm like, well, I'm trying to build a second floor on the house. How do I build the second floor on the house? Help me. So they helped me, and we got a second floor on the house. And I had it all decorated. I had all my magazine displays out. I had the magazines sorted by type. I was pleased. There were cushy chairs. There was pink wallpaper. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm finished. Come check it out. And they come to look, and Archon says, there's a crack in the floor. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, there's a crack in the floor. And I look, he's like, can you fix this? Can you rotate the floor, or, you know, try and snap it on so you can fix it? I try to fix it. I try several different things to fix it. He's like, I can't fix it. I'm like, Archon, I can't fix it. And he's like, that's okay. I just won't come to the reading room. And I'm like, oh, goodness. So we've got to fix this thing, right? We had to completely take apart my house, Rick. We had to completely take apart my house piece by piece to fix this gap in the floor. I was so frustrated. It was ridiculous. But we finally did fix the gap in the floor. I had the room put back together, and I'm like, okay, I'm all done. This is lovely. And then I think it was Lee who pointed out that the downstairs didn't have a wall. I go down, put the wall back.
I'm surprised that when they showed up, you weren't just like launching mini nukes at it, just like die.
I practically was. I was ready to throw a controller. I was so frustrated, Rick. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, the building is clunky.
I only have one little crummy door plan because I don't build much, so I don't really buy plans. And I was like, okay, well, maybe one of you guys can build me a better door, you know, because all I have is this crummy door. I hate this door. So Lee built in a wall with a doorway, and he and Archon spent the next 10 minutes putting up doors. So it's like in a door showroom. So they were putting up doors for my approval. It was so funny. In the end, I just chose a plain white door. It was delightful. And now I'm on a quest to finish my magazine collection. I lack about 40 magazines, and I'm gonna do it. I'm really excited to have this little side goal of my own. And I spent quite a bit of time just running through some story things, some of the lower level story things with Archon. And one day he mentioned that he wanted to do some transfers from one of his other characters to the. I'm like, sure, yeah. So we're in a private server, and he brings his high level character. He dumps all of the plans into a lunchbox there, and he goes through all four characters that he had. And takes whatever plans he needs for each character. And I have 2 characters, and I took whatever plans that I needed for both of those characters. And after that was done, this man had 70 pounds of plans in his pocket.
That's just crazy. 70 pounds?
70 pounds of plans.
It's a lot of paper.
He's ridiculous. He's just, if you need plans, talk to Archon. He hoards them. It's a problem. But I found that really funny that after going through 6 different characters, he still had 70 pounds worth of plans.
Sell them all at like 5 caps a pop.
We did some of the storyline without getting too spoilery. We met Saul and Polly. I really liked Polly.
Oh yes,
Um,
yeah.
Isn't Polly fun? I enjoyed Polly, and we visited Duncan and Duncan and did that section.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've done that yet.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the next step after you bring Saul and Polly back to the Wayward. So
Then I have done that, and I can't. Huh?
yeah. So
Is it okay when you go find the thing, and you put the thing on the thing?
Saul
Never
gives
mind.
you a thing, and
Yes.
you put the thing somewhere for Saul.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's good. We're trying to keep it gentler
No spoilers.
in terms of spoilers, because we know that not everybody has as much time to play.
The chat. To be fair, Soul was lame. Jessica Star says, to be fair, Soul was lame on account of his injury. Tasmania said, Paulie's a real blast.
She's a total blast. She's a real pistol. She is. And let's see. We did the Mistress of Mystery quest line. Well, we haven't finished it, but we started the Mistress of Mystery quest
Such a
line.
fun quest line.
Oh, it was so fun. And of course, I immediately put on the dress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was so excited to put on the dress, Rick, that I didn't wait long enough at the body for the holotape and the mask to spawn. Yeah, I snatched the dress, I put it on, I moved on with my life. We went to the manor, and I couldn't get into the downstairs part because I didn't have a mask.
My question is, where did she keep the holotape?
Well, pockets.
In a dress?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not unheard of. And if I was going to be questing as the Mistress of Mystery, I would probably sew pockets into my dresses.
Tactical dress. It's true. It's a tactical dress. Tactical pouches, drop leg pouches.
Indeed. And maybe she had a handbag that it just wasn't visible to us.
Handbag?
I don't know. Jessica Starr said she probably stuck it in her bosoms, which is equally likely. A holotape would be just about the right size to store it in your cleavage.
It would have to be sideways, I guess.
Well, of course it would be so. Well, you wouldn't stick it in long ways. That's just. We want to lift and separate, but we don't want to separate that much. Okay. Oh dear.
So we need a Robco brassiere.
So we started the Mistress of Mystery quest, and Archon put on his silver shroud costume. So we were going through this whole quest line as the Mistress of Mystery and the silver shroud. It was so fun.
Sixer says in the chat, it's a mystery.
Oh dear.
Touché. I love those
says
quests.
that she likes to think that in 50 years, women will finally get pockets in all our clothing. I think you're being a little optimistic there, but we can dream. We can dream. Pockets.
Yeah, but they'll be itty bitty, tiny little pockets.
Well, that's what we have right now. Little tiny
Carry all the
pockets. Yeah.
Carry the crack in it.
Yeah, just a little bitty pocket. It's terrible. It's terrible. Cyber asks, did we take pictures? Yes, you can see if you're watching the video version, you can see here is my character dressed as the mistress, and here is Archon's character dressed as Shroud. So there they are. It was a lovely time. We joined the army together, and we joined the fire breathers, and we met some really charming little NPCs who were recruits of those factions. So quite enjoyed that. And yeah, it was a really fun time. And we each have Raider Punk at our camp with our low-level characters. Raider Punk is one of the allies, and we each have him at our camp. And he shows up everywhere. He's everywhere that we go. He follows us. And we'll see him, and then just moments later, we'll see him like just right there. And he has the nerve, this guy has the audacity to say, "Are you following me?"
Oh, like some self-entitled jerk.
Right. So Raider Punk follows us around. It kind of creeps me out.
Well, he's a conspiracy theorist.
He is, yeah. We had a lot of fun though playing some of this lower level content with our new characters, leveling up, getting the backpacks, getting some fun stuff. And I will say this is the first time I've replayed that I've restarted since they started implementing a lot of changes into Fallout 76. And you may remember several months ago they redid they made a lot of changes to the low level content, and I don't think I like some of those changes.
No?
They really nerfed the Belching Betty quest.
Yeah.
It's not even it's not even a challenge anymore of any kind. It's just it's ridiculous. It's not. I feel like it sort of disrespects the fire breathers that they couldn't survive that, you know?
Yeah. I remember when I did it, when the alarm started going, I was like, oh, here's a small little batch of, scorched, bap, dead. And then I was like, oh, there's another bap, small batch. And there's
and they
another
were all
small batch.
high level.
And there's another small batch. And I'm like, oh, no, and I'm starting to, get overwhelmed. And then out of nowhere, this dude in a power armor with a sledgehammer or something comes through, and smack, kill, death everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know who this person is, but thank you for being here. And it was Joseph Tao.
Yeah.
He came to my rescue because he saw me on the map, and then he heard the alarm go off, and he went, oh no, I must rescue him. And he came to my rescue, so.
Lovely. But I don't like that Belching Betty is that easy now. I feel like it sort of disrespects the fire breathers. And the DMV quest is weird now. Like we had a really hard time. It was bugged for us. So we couldn't finish the quest. We're gonna have to go back and do it later. But
didn't they change
that? I don't
that
like
too?
the changes they've made to the building, and I don't. It's just it seems unnecessary.
Now you don't run between buildings, right?
I think not.
Yeah, because that was the fun part.
Quest yet.
They're like, go back across the street. Yeah. You go to the street, and they're like, what are you doing here?
Go
back
get
to the
your
courthouse.
proof of address.
And they're like, ah!
I will never forget that, Rick. I will never forget that doing that quest with you. And I'm sure that's what it would absolutely be like to take you to the DMV in real life. I really do think so.
Didn't I try shooting him or something?
Yeah.
I forget.
You did. You tried to shoot him. I tried to shoot him this time. I got really annoyed. Yeah. So in chat, Archon mentions he doesn't understand women's fashion, tiny pockets, but carry a massive bag. We carry the massive bag because of the tiny pockets. One results in the other.
Yeah, but if you had the equivalent of pockets to tiny bag, you'd all be wearing cargo pants.
But if we had reasonable pockets, if we had reasonable pockets,
I know, I
we
don't
wouldn't
understand.
need the bag.
It's
but I don't know.
It's like the person who designed the fake drawers in cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms was like, I can also make women's clothing, and then just sews the pockets shut, but they're there.
Jessica Starr in chat says, trust me, we didn't choose the tiny pocket life. Oh dear, that's my gameplay. Yeah, nice. That's it.
Well, that was a lot. I'm looking forward to playing this weekend. That pocket show. I'm looking forward to playing this weekend. I want to play a good bit. It's just been tough to fit it in. But anyway, we're gonna go talk about our lore segment, and I think when Fallout 76 first launched, we covered the cryptids in an overview sort of thing. I don't think we got in depth into the lore as far as Fallout is concerned. Well, I decided to do that. So tonight we're going to tackle the Mothman in the Fallout universe. The backstory of the Mothman is he is a cryptid found in Appalachia in 2102. He's worshipped by the Mothman cult, if you haven't figured that one out. There's a museum dedicated to him, if you would like to go check that out, in Point Pleasant, which was historically where he was first sighted. IRL, though. Before the Great War, it was dismissed as a conspiracy, though there were people like the cult and also Angus Dykstra who searched for the truth. Unlike Angus, though, the cult believed that the Mothman was a sign of the end times, and their faith was strengthened by the perceived persecution by the state's cover-ups. So it's kind of like this fantastic Catch-22 real conspiracies have, where they're like, someone's like, that's not true, and they're like, cover her up, and then that just makes them double down. So that's what happened with the cult. Apparently, in the summoning was complete on October 22nd, 2077, only visible to just one member, convenient, and his brother Charles was his name, and he immediately shared the wisdom of that the Mothman bestowed on him of the coming flood that was supposed to come the next day. As you know, the next day, October 23rd, 2077, was the Great War. So whether or not that's a metaphorical thing, but he did have some sort of insight that something bad was going to happen on the 23rd. So, But we do know the Mothman is real, so maybe there's an actual thing there. The Mothman himself is described as being a winged beast with piercing red eyes that prey on those in the Point Pleasant area. Its carapace spouts a dark and furry texture, and its multi-faced eyes glow various colors. It also has a beak-like mouth, and its wings are membranous and veined like a real moth or fly. On rare occasions, it can simply disappear into thin air, and it goes poof and leaves behind like a little black smoke, because there are different variants of the Mothman. Not all of them are hostile. The Mothman has a pretty large detection radius, so it's kind of hard to sneak up on him unless you have a high perception. And his eyes actually are different colors for different states of aggro, I guess you could say. Purple for passive, yellow for caution, and red for attack. So, in combat, it can use sonic attacks, and they can disappear and then pop up somewhere else to confuse you, as to surprise you and then hit you. So, yeah. There's the base Mothman, which is the one we're all familiar with from the base game, where it's black and has the red eyes, and it looks all menacing with its wings wrapped up. I remember the first one I saw was kind of like off in the distance, and you're like, wait, is that the... It is. It's the Mothman. And you're like, I'm going to go poke it with a stick. Because that's what you do. And I killed my first one because he glitched out on this bridge, and he was like stuck on the bridge, and I was like popping him till he died. So that's the base Mothman. The stalking Mothman stalks you, which is not discomforting by any stretch. The vengeful Mothman is chalky gray, and he is always hostile. So sometimes you can pop up on the base Mothman, and if you kind of don't attack him, he'll poof off or just, not attack you. The glowing Mothman is exactly that. He's highly irradiated, and he's black with the glowy bits instead of red. There's also the scorched Mothman. I didn't know there was a scorched version of this thing. I had no clue. But it's infected
there are all
with
kinds of scorched things that I had never seen.
The scorched mongrel. So this Mothman is infected by the scorched plague, as if it couldn't be bad enough, and it's usually at the scorched earth event following a Fisher Prime event. So when you nuke the Fisher Site Prime, it'll spawn there. And then there is the wise Mothman. It's not hostile at all. It appears after the Path to Enlightenment event is complete, and it bestows upon you 5% plus 5% experience gain for an hour. Now, there is also a chance that the wise Mothman could appear to you in a random encounter. However, it does not bestow upon you the gift of experience. So, yeah, that's it. That's the Mothman. Not a lot of backstory as far as the cult is concerned. Pretty basic. I hope as this update is out and more players pick apart and update the wiki, that we get to see more backstory with the cult. We know that they're violent. I plan on digging into them a little bit. There's some elements to the story that I've seen that have to deal with it, and I'm really excited to get into that. There's a couple things that I want to talk about. Lucky Hole Mine. I know we've talked about it before.
Have you ever visited Lucky Hole Mine after Wastelanders? Let's go.
But I've heard.
Let's go check it out.
I've heard things. I've heard rumors.
Let's go check it out.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of wild, weird stuff happening in Appalachia right now, and it's something that we should all take a peek at. So yeah. All right. We've had some communique from the other side of the internets. And Shalene, why don't you take it away?
I will. This email comes to us from Nate, aka Spectra237, and Nate says, "Dear We Just Love Games crew, I want to start this off by saying I love everything that you all do and have enjoyed your content since the early days of FOTR. All of the podcasts and Twitch streams and videos you've created have been keeping me entertained for years. And I think you have something really amazing going, and I truly believe you've brought together one of the greatest communities out there. These last couple of weeks have been a struggle due to the quarantine, but listening to GameStack and that Fallout show has helped so incredibly much. One night, after binging your Life is Strange series, I was struck with an idea to help get through these strange times. I want to gather all the various talents of people within this community and create something together. For the last few weeks, I've been writing some stories based in the world of Fallout for fun, and I've had the idea to turn it into a scripted podcast, much like Halo's Hunt the Truth podcast, where the host and the audience are treated as if they are set within this fictional world. My goal is to get as many people as possible in this community to come together and collaborate on this, whether it's aspiring voice actors, writers, producers, editors, etc. I would also love to have you all on at some point if that's not too much to ask. All I need now is a way to get the word out to anyone that might be interested, which is where I need help from you. If it's just a Twitter or Discord post or a short mention in an episode of TFS or GS, any help would be very much appreciated. Thank you for everything you all have created over the years and any help you could provide. Sincerely, Nate. So Nate did not leave contact info, I'm assuming he's in the Discord. So if you would like to be involved in his project, you could probably just post in the Discord and he would see your message. I think Nate may be Spectra237 on Twitter. I feel like I've seen that tag on Twitter before.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain I've seen that in the Discord too.
So yeah, if you're interested in participating in that project with Nate, then definitely give him a shout out and check that out. I think that sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Good luck.
Cool. Well, that brings up the tail end of our show. Do you have anything else to announce other than...
Not really. We'll be doing a game stack next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And of course, our COVID fundraiser, which you can access by clicking below if you're watching on Twitch. And if you're not watching on Twitch, that link is always there, even if we are not live as a channel. And this is not like a 24-hour fundraiser thing. This is an ongoing fundraiser to help equip people in the front lines dealing with the pandemic with personal protective equipment like masks and gloves and face shields and little booties and gowns and all of the things that will keep them safe to continue fighting this disease. So, yeah, please donate if you can.
Awesome. And if if Vendor were here, he would give the update as to how much we're at, because I don't know. But it was over like 20.
I can find out if you'll give me a moment.
Sure.
Talk for the people. Keep them entertained.
I don't have any.
We are at $2,479.69.
Nice. By the way, you saved the audience from listening to me read out of a book about diminished guitar chords. Because I didn't have anything
sure
else to
that
talk
was
about.
fascinating.
It was. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us tonight here on this show. You can tweet at the show, at That Fallout Show on Twitter, and also you can tweet at the GameStack/network. At We Just Love Games, you can tweet at me, at Rick McVick. You can tweet at Shalene, at Shalene L, and Vendertron, at VendertronN. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thatfalloutshow, and also /groups/thatfalloutshow. And you can find our network where we post our GameStack info at facebook.com/We Just Love Games and groups/We Just Loved Games. You can email us you can email us like Nate did at info@wejustlovegames.com. We read every single email, but not on the show. But please email us anyway. We love hearing from you. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/wejustlovegames. And you can find our show on iTunes and or Stitcher Radio or wherever you get podcasts from. Leave us a review on iTunes. If it's 5 stars, not 4, but 5. 6 is right out. So 5 stars. Leave some text. We will shout you out at the beginning of the show. If we are not on a podcast aggregate that you love, please let us know, and I will see if I can get us added to it. We record live every Friday night at 6:30 Mountain, 8:30 Eastern. That's PM. Here at twitch.tv/We Just Love Games, if you want to check us out live and enjoy the crazy, raucous chat room. Check out our other show, GameStack, which we record every other Friday, which will be next week is GameStack. And we do Twitch streams when we can. Vendertron definitely does stream a good bit on his channel, so it's twitch.tv/Vendertron, where he's raising money constantly for the COVID relief. But we also try to do it when we can. Thank you so much for listening tonight. And Shalene, what is the last word?
Not